Hey everybody, this is John Hiley with DentTrainer.com. We are going to be working on this Suzuki over here. It's an actual motorcycle tank. As you can see, we've actually got a stand set up for our heat gun. We are going to have to use a little bit of heat during the pushing procedure. So I'm going to go in and begin this repair with a soft tip knockdown, and I have a tool that I use specifically for motorcycle tanks. What we're doing here, I actually have a tri-bend pick here that I put an additional bend in it. So it has a nice big hook here right on the end, and what we've done here, we've actually put a couple welder's leather gloves together, and we've actually taped it to the bottom of the tool. This is going to give me that soft push that I need to move a little bit of metal, but make sure that we don't leave a lot of pick marks during the pushing procedure. So let's go ahead and jump in here. We are going to blend this thing out to begin with. So we're going to start out by just getting all of the crowns down, relieving the pressure from the center of the damage before I even attempt to go in there and do some push work. So we're going to actually put a microfiber towel down in there to actually kind of pry right there off of the edge. Now we've already tested this and we're not touching the paint by no means. And basically all the leverage is going to be right off of the actual the hole that goes down into the bike. So we're all right with this setup, and the microfiber will protect any scratches on the edge of that gas filler hole. We're going to be going in here with this soft tip knockdown and blending all the pressure off the crown, off the top and off the edges. What we're trying to do is make the center easier to push by taking some of that pressure around the edges and spreading it out. The one thing that you're going to see a lot on tanks is trapped pressure. This tank specifically has pressure trapped up here to where it actually pushed out the natural style line. You're going to find pressure down along the sides and definitely through this line. So some of the first things I'm going to do is tap this down a little bit here and then kind of open up the line. I am going to begin this cool. A lot of times the heat is more for the pushing procedure. However, if you have a cold tank that comes in during the winter time, something like that, you do at least want to heat it up to room temperature. But I'm going to go ahead and start making my knockdown strikes all the way through here at the top, and then I'm just going to begin spreading this line out, easing the pressure to push up the center of the damage. Just tapping that upper crown. Kind of spreading out the line. And I'll just continue tapping this area and down here through the line until I spread it out, leaving the center much easier to actually push out when we start taking our first pushes. At this point, we've tapped out a lot of the pressure with a soft tip knockdown, and now we're going into the sharper tip knockdown and just trying to strategically push a little bit of that pressure away from the edge of the dent. So same principle, working with the same crowns, but we're going to be doing it with a regular nylon tip rather than a soft tip. Now that we've done some of our knockdown work from the original angle, we're going to come through and do some knockdown work at this angle. One of the spots that we're going to be going after here is opening up this edge of the impact area. So we're going to be tapping and kind of spreading this off of the actual impact point, so when we go to push, we don't have that tight pull coming from the back side of this crown. As you can see as well, that we've actually got an impact point right here and right here. All right, everybody, I'm going to show you my setup here. This is the way that I decided to begin pushing on the damage. We've got our heat gun pointing at it, actually on the cymbal stand. And I've got it kind of curved this way. Now, I'm not getting real close with the heat gun at this point. I'm just looking to actually warm this panel up. I'm not really going to work it under, super extreme type temperatures, but I do want it nice and warm throughout the repair process. Got the light back here, and I would turn it on, but it will kind of blow the camera out. And I'm actually going to be looking down at the dent like this. So we do have our gas cap here, microfiber. I'm going to be taking that bend tool that I showed you at the beginning of the video, and I'm actually going to be sinking it in there and making my pushes. All right, everybody, so here's my stance and here's my setup. I've got the same tool here, and we've actually got the leather on top of it, basically softening the pushes as we're moving the metal along. Going to put it in through the gas cap here, spin it through, and step back here like this while I'm making my pushes. So here is our dent with the light on. As you can see, a majority of the top of it rolled down into the center of this little dent here. So we actually push the crown down, releasing the impact point. And now we're going to go ahead and jump in here and begin with our push work. See what we're at here. Check our heat gauge here. 140s to 150s at this point. Make sure the plastic's staying good. 160s.